Welcome to another Bank Holiday Urban Tango Nights recap from our online classes. This is our 63rd online one, so starting from the 60th.
Still going.
Every week since last March. In Tango Club in Swansea still. Oh,
Did we have a day off of Christmas?
No.
No, we didn't. I didn't think I did, but yeah.
But today we were finishing our underlying theme of musicality, which is odd because we don't believe that you can teach musicality, so how we managed to stretch out 3 classes on this is unbelievable. So 2 weeks ago we looked at how to finish a song, how to recognise the end of the music and ways to do that. Last week we looked at phrasing and sections within the music and how to alter your steps to create different phrases. So today, working backwards, we looked at the start of music. So we discussed how songs can have an abrupt start and just start straight off. We just talked about like soundscape at the beginning and what you can do in those. Ones which have different sections and when you actually start your movement and what you can do. So normally when we start our tango, we go into an embrace. We balance out from foot to foot, and then we can do little decorations like little hizzes with circling movements. We can do taps, and this sort of thing. We then looked at what people commonly do. So beginners will tend to, because they've been taught that walking is important, just step forward. We talked about the dangers of doing that, about if your embrace isn't quite correct, you're not communicating fully, you don't know how far your partner's stepping, you could just kick them. We talked about another way that beginners do if they've learned the 8th step, which is to step back, which causes problems for crashing into the person behind and dragging your follower on top of you. So most people start with a side step. And if you've ever watched any demo performance or any of the sort of Le Mondial competition tangos, which are meant to be improvised, everybody always starts with a side step, an outside step across, and then starts going off into other things. This is obviously, the side step is a very good way to start off, and this is how we recommend most people to start most of their dances. But what if you want to be creative and express yourself? So we can do things like we're from the balanceo, where we just sort of lead beleos and get some movement there before moving through maybe into Americano. So we discussed all these options. We also discussed ways of all of these so far involved us starting off in the embrace. What happens if you don't want to start off in the embrace? Because we don't have to embrace in tango. So for instance, if the follower is, we can sort of just have a space between us and we can lead from here. So we can sort of just start doing some sort of maybe side steps, and this is effectively a balanceo, leading some sort of motions with our chest and doing it visually, which is quite nice. Of course, we have to get to a brace at some point. Well, we probably will have to get to it, in which case, if the aida just opens up, this is just an invitation for the follower to step forward, because otherwise, when I step forward, if she's just following normal tango rules, she'll step backwards. We've got so this way we're dancing together to begin with. What happens if we're dancing apart and we're doing some sort of solo stuff? So I could be messing around like this. I could look what she's doing, see how she is moving, so I can see that she's stepping across in this direction, so she's going to naturally come through here. So I know that if I pick up her arm here, I can step out, and this way we've got rid of the balanceo, we've got rid of the natural embrace, and we're just adapting as we go through. And there's lots of ways to be able to do this, and this is very useful if you're doing like a show dance, or if you're just doing something more experimental and apart. The final way we looked at is if, again, similar lines, if we're dancing separately and the follower wants the leader to go, is if she just puts herself into the cross position from her dance. So she goes into a cross. I can see that she stopped moving, her arms are up. I can go in, maybe just pivot her slightly so I know, and then we can move off. Again, we don't need a balanceo because I know exactly what foot she is going on. One thing we would bear in mind when doing these sort of things is if you don't exactly know which foot your follower is on, don't try and step in line with her. Try and go straight into an outside walk first, because that way you can then feel if she's in cross system or parallel system. So I think that's a long explanation of what we covered today. Thank you for watching. We hope you're keeping safe. Obviously hit the subscribe, like, on thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it, comment on all our stuff, share with your friends, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching this Urban Tango Nights recap. If you like these videos, please subscribe to our channel by clicking the logo. You can find more of our class summaries down here and other videos of us dancing tango over here. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Meetup. Links are in the description below, and you can also subscribe to our newsletter using the link below.